everyone.
We are glad to welcome you to this video about learning curve.
Let us see how the learning curve represents the learning that takes place in a particular situation.
And how it modifies the behavior of the individuals.
First of all, let us see the definition of learning.
Learning is any relatively permanent change in an individual which results from experience or training aids.
The term learning covers every modification in behavior to meet environmental requirements. Gardner Murphy.
Next, we can see the definition given by S.K. Mangal.
A learning curve is a graphical representation of how learning takes place in a particular situation.
The first person to describe the learning curve was Hermann Ebbinghaus in 1885.
Now we shall see the stages involved in learning curve.
Normally, learning curve comprises of 4 stages.
They are initial stage, steep up stage, intermediate stage, and final stage.
Let us see in detail one by one.
Initial stage. It is also called lag phase. In lag phase, the learning is merely zero for first few practices.
Steep up stage. This is the second stage. It is also called log or exponential phase.
In this stage, the learning is suddenly increased and rate of improvement is substantial.
Intermediate stage. It is also called stationary phase. Now there is no progress in learning or improvement is arrested, so it is called plateau.
Skinner says a plateau is horizontal stretch indicative of apparent progress. It plays an important role in learning process because when such a stage is reached, a learning curve becomes almost flat.
Reasons for plateau in learning are
poor or faulty method of learning, physical and mental fatigue or boredom,
too much difficulty or complexity of the learning material, lack of proper motivation and loss of interest of the learner,
poor and unfavorable environment, distraction and inattention of the learner,
satisfaction of the learner with moderate achievement.
Final stage. This is the final stage. Here, the learner has reached the maximum limit of the improvement.
Now we shall see the characteristics of learning curve.
Number 1. Slow initial process. Number 2. Declination in the rate of learning.
Number 3. Plateaus of learning. Number 4. Sudden increase in learning.
Number 5. Gradual leveling at the end.
Now we are going to see the types of learning curve. There are 3 common types of curves are there. They are
negatively accelerated or convex curve,
positive accelerated or concave curve,
combination of convex and concave curve.
First we shall see about convex curve. It depicts the rapid initial improvement in learning that shows down with time.
Next one is concave curve. In this type, there is slow initial improvement in learning increases with time. Last one is the combination of convex and concave curve. It looks like the capital letter S.
The curve takes the convex or concave shape in the beginning depending about the nature of the task.
Next, we shall move on to the factors that influence learning.
Learning is the comprehensive process. The success of this process depends not only upon the effective teaching but also upon so many groups factors. They are
factors related to the learner, factors related to the teachers, factors related to the environment,
process related factors, task related factors.
Let us discuss about the factors related to the learner.
First one is the learner himself. The learner is the pivot of any learning activity. All activities turn around them.
So every learning activity is according to his interest, needs, aptitude, physical and mental capacities.
Second one is intelligence. The proof for this factor is very commonly found in the classroom. According to his intelligence, we divide the students in various categories like gifted, brilliant, average, below average and slow learners.
Third one is age. Maturation of the individual makes a difference in the total learning of an individual. Fourth one is the willingness to learn.
The will to learn is always labeled as a factor determining the amount of learning.
Fifth factor is guidance. The learner with proper guidance should aim at developing initiative and discourage the tendency to seek ready-made solutions.
The people with excessive or no guidance always leads to failure in learning. Next one is educational background.
The students come from well-educated background may learn better than the students come from illiterate family.
The next factor is the health status. The health of the learner should be sound.
Next one is the anxiety. It is the nervousness or worry of the learner. Learner with mild anxiety can learn better than more anxiety.
The last factor is the motivation. Motivation is one of the basic principles for effective and purposeful learning.
The learner with proper motivation having strong desire for strong learning.
Now we shall see what are all the factors related to the teacher. First one is the knowledge of the subject.
Teacher's knowledge of the subject, his experience and ability has direct relationship with the learning of the students.
Next one is the teacher behavior. Teacher behavior influences the learning of students directly.
A teacher should inherit all the essential qualities of a good teacher such as sympathy, kindness and cooperation, etc.
Third one is the knowledge of psychology. Every teacher must have extensive knowledge of the psychology, without which can be neither know the student nor set the stage of learning.
Next one is the methods of teaching. Teaching methods have a direct link with learning process. Consequently, each teacher has a unique method of teaching.
Fifth factor is the knowledge of individual differences. It is essential for the teacher because each student is unique in his own interests, attitudes, aptitudes, needs, potentialities, capabilities, values, intelligence, etc.
Next factor is the personality. Good and appealing personality is the basis of successful and effective teaching. Teachers are the role model and leader to their students.
The last factor is the skills. The teacher must be familiar with the skills of motivation, use of teaching aids, evaluation and guidance.
If the teacher having good skills that will influence the students' learning positively.
Now we shall see the educational importance of learning curve.
The teacher can diagnose the reasons for the lack of progress.
The teachers can observe the student's work and detect the part that gives him trouble.
The teacher should provide motivation and encouragement at high level.
The learning curve gives a graphic evidence of one's progress, which is an effective motivational device for the learner.
Occurrence of plateaus can be minimized by superior teaching methods.
Friends, so far we have discussed about the learning curve, its characteristics, the types of learning curve, what are the factors that influence learning and the educational importance of learning curve in this video.
We hope that this video is useful to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.